All right, and we're live. Awesome. Guys, it is Tuesday, November 6th, 2018. It's time for a market update. I got my favorite Starbucks cup, but thermos. It's like being at work. Sometimes if you work from home, it's better to just treat it like, here, I'm pouring myself some coffee here. It's better to treat it like you're at work, because then you get more done. All right. Cheers to you guys. We're doing it live. Let's check out the Bitcoin market update. Here we go. Bitcoin USD on the Coinbase 1-day chart. We ran up a little more, and maybe we could, but I thought that it would keep bumping its head up against the red part of the Kumo cloud, and I was in my mind thinking that we were going to trend down and then kind of bounce up around this area and then start going up. So yeah, we shall see. The indicators are still below the 50 on God mode, and they are kind of running flat, running sideways. There's really not much market volume or volatility. Volume is down. If you look at the big picture, it's just kind of sad, ho hum. Okay, let's move on. That's Bitcoin. Let's move on to Litecoin. Litecoin, as you can see, according to the indicators, is up 1.78%, while Bitcoin is up only 0.2%. So that's why when, real quick before we get into Litecoin, that's why when I do the Litecoin BTC chart, it's running up. And Litecoin is outperforming Bitcoin. I still think that this is a bit of a sideways move. Oh, dude, these guys just jump at me every time I start. They just start sending me emails. They know when I've gone live. Okay, so the Litecoin, I still believe against Bitcoin is going to trade sideways before moving up, and I believe we're going to take advantage of this little area right here in the Kumo cloud right here, this thin spot. All right, moving on. It's kind of a transitionary period. Moving on to Litecoin. On the day, we have still kind of trading sideways, though it is up higher on this candle than yesterday's, moving in the right direction. This looks like to be, let's check out our indicators. This looks to be still the primary. I believe we're going to run up in this arrow and get above the Kumo cloud. So that's still in play. How about Ethereum? If you guys are into Ethereum, let's check that out. All right. RSI is strong. I would be curious. I need to see Ethereum move into the Kumo cloud here. But this is still my primary right here because we have so far to go on God mode. We could really reach for the stars here. So yeah, I that's still my primary. However, it looks as if with this downtrend of resistance that the market is really respecting it. So we're at 214 right now. So it looks like we came up and pulled back a little bit. So the market is respecting this down. Let's just readjust that. There you go. Okay, it is respecting this down resistance line. So this looks to me for Ethereum to be the move up. Also too, we got a golden cross. That's always a positive for the market. And as a trader, I always look for these golden crosses. It's a real strong indicator that we could move higher. Not always, because you could see this golden cross only gave us a little bit more, and then it started failing and coming back down. Alrighty, let's move on to Bitcoin Cash. People have been asking about this in the group. Well, Bitcoin Cash is doing well. I steer clear of this usually, but this would have been a great trade to be in. The volume here really peaked real hard, and now it's got diminishing volume. So I'd be curious if this starts to sell off soon. We did reach a goal of a 200-day moving average, which is fantastic. I think the market really likes that. There is more data on other exchanges for Bitcoin Cash. I'm using Coinbase, and I believe if you went to like a Bittrex or whatever, you'd get further data further back than April of this year. So yeah, moving on. I think Bitcoin Cash saw its top, and you're going to see a pullback. That's my opinion. Let's look at. Well, I was thinking about basic attention token because they were just added to Coinbase, but you just see a big, gigantic red candle on the day. There is data is just barely coming in. So this is the 5-minute, and we'll move into the 1-minute just to see how it's going. We had a big sell-off right when it came in. Obviously, the price was pumped up before it was added to the exchange. Now that it's on the exchange, it's buy the rumor, sell the news. They're selling it now that it's here. It's trying to get a little bit of lift, but the volume is still super, super low on BAT. We're going to need probably 3 to 4 more weeks before we can start having enough data to trade this properly, and to also make educated moves based on TA. So right now I think BAT overall in the whole market is just going to go down, because now that it's been added, there's nothing to do but sell, take that profit. It was the very same story with ZRX when that came out. Let's go to the day chart. You see we don't have very many days on the chart. We're still getting data in for the Kumo cloud. So and again, that came out. It had a nice pump when it first came out because it was a surprise. Remember, if you know it's coming out, then people pre-buy it and then dump it on when it comes out onto the exchange. But if it's a surprise, then people just, oh wow, I didn't know about that, let's get it, and then that ran the price up. And now irrational exuberance is overrated, and so we're selling off now. So yeah, we'll just wait a little bit. Just wait. You'll get your ZRX a little cheaper. But this market has been fun to play. I was playing around in it over here, and it's just, another vehicle to make money. And if you just look at these tokens with objective eyes rather than falling in love with your token, you may come out and be more prosperous in the future. So know when to sell, know when to hold them. That's Kenny Rogers, I believe. Okay, sorry. Let's move into Veritasium on the 1-day chart. This is for HIT BTC, one of the rare exchanges you can find it on. I went in last night and started posting what I believe the pullback could go to if the manipulation lets off a little bit. So, and manipulation was, last I looked, was at about 1,800 sellers. Now, I have a target here of it going around the 485. And then if it blows through that, you could get a reversal on the 3999 or the 3530. Now, this is a Fibonacci number that I pulled from the top, and it basically is your 786, but in reverse. So yeah, this is the exactly at oh, sorry about that. Sorry, Dave, I'll call you back. That's we're doing it live, so that's what happens. Looks like we're gonna have a the 786 is what I thought would be a good place to bounce off from also, but a lot of people love this coin. So let's move on to Proppy. Proppy I took profit at, and I'm loving my decision to sell. We did reach a double top here, tweezer tops, and then the next candle was slightly lower, and we are moving on to red candles now. So look for continued sell-off. This was my initial idea that once we got those tweezer tops, I wrote this, we're going to go below the Kumo cloud on the 1 day. So look for a possible buyback just below the Kumo cloud at 0.00006. So that would be a good time to possibly get back in. Let's look into Tron. TRX. So Tron, if you were listening to my last video posting, I said this is my primary. I'm not too keen on it going bullish out of the green part of the Kumo cloud. I'm just not. I've seen this kind of thing before, but you never know. There's always anomalies, and usually you see price action go up through a red and down through a green. So, but it's continuing to run higher. Obviously, it was at way up here at 382. It's now at 378. And I still think that you're going to see more continuation in the sideways action here. But Tron could surprise us, because look at we got our golden cross back here. But if this red line continues up and going higher, we could actually see a target area for Tron to be way up here. So just letting you guys know, I'm holding Tron. I was going to hold it through here and a downtrend and then up, because my losses here weren't very much. But since I'm continuing to hold it, this upside potential possibly is starting to come into play, that this could possibly reach our 200-day moving average coming across. So if that happens, wow, so I'm going to keep all these scenarios up here. This is still my primary, but this is like a close second now. So look for Tron, for people to FOMO out of Tron and it continue to go running higher. The one thing that concerns me on Tron is that RSI is starting to diminish a little bit. If you see a death cross in Tron, remember old Aaron saying, I think we're going to go sideways. So if you see a death cross on your RSI on the day chart, it could be coming down. All right, moving on to Theta. Theta, let's take a look at that one. So Theta has given me some sell action. I was hoping that the last time that it was going to go over this part of the Kumo cloud, but it's showing real weakness here. Like I said before, markets usually flow like water. They go through the path of least resistance. So I'm going to just do this and say that it's going to come down below right there. Okay, so we're just readjusting. Instead of it being a little hump and coming down, it's just going to trade sideways and out of here. So look for that, and I'm going to widen this out a little lower. There you go. So that's what I'm looking for out of Theta. Moving on to Populus. Wow. Okay, so Populus has broken my support line that I had. It's just a real temporary support line. It may not have been much, but it failed to reach outside of the Kumo cloud. So Populus is when we saw this death cross here, it was time to get out, and we're seeing a death cross in my volume indicator too. So it is most likely going to come down and retest. Let's show a support line, and we're going to make it purple so it's consistent right there. Okay, so let's see, we currently bounced off of our first support line, which is good. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see what's happening on the day chart. Okay, so we had a support line right here, which we had two touches at, right here and right here. And then when we came down, we bounced off of that. So hopefully that holds. If it doesn't hold, look for more continuation to the downside, most likely to that one, or let's put this one in too, because that's always an option, and we'll lock it down. Great. Okay, so one step at a time, fellas. This did not work out, unfortunately. No, we got our death cross and major sell-off, so we're going to remove that. But if we can get a bounce a little higher, this is an opportunity too. So as things stand, I like this one. This is my primary. This one I'm not too, because obviously we'd be like right here. Okay, so that's where I'm at with Populous. Populous is still a hold. I haven't seen a big enough pump to try to dump this yet, so I'm holding. We'll see where it goes. None of these were big enough moves for me, especially when you look at this. Like, let's look at Populous all together, right? Let's see what it has been doing. I mean, this thing is a monster. Hello, monster. Look at that, right? I mean, this little baby move, I don't care. I want to see a move like this, or I want to see a move like this, and then we'll be dumping. Even a move like that would have been fine. I could have played that, but personally, it's not big enough move to try to get out of. Okay, here we go. Omise go. Omise, as you remember, the last video, I believe I had this support line drawn right here. And I said, let's blow it up because it's pretty hard to see it. There's a lot going on here, so let's blow it up. Okay, it started here and we had this support line coming down. And I said, if it breaks above the 524, I would buy it. Well, guess what? I bought it. It broke through, came back down, and I got my buy on a limit because, man, we don't want to do market buys. And we've been running up ever since. So I'm keeping my eye on this bad boy to see what we could be doing from here on out. Let's move back to the day chart and get a better look at our Kumo cloud. All right. So now that we've broken through, I had a new line of resistance, and it broke through that even since last night. So let me remove that, and I'm going to remove this because it's now irrelevant. We already know about that. And we're going to run up and I believe go top side of the Kumo cloud. So we still have a lot of running room left. It's currently at 0.00548. And I see it going to 0.00580. So, or 0.00580. Skip the zero there. It's kind of important. It's the difference between $100 and $1,000. So we got to respect them. All right, here we go. Hi, Jackie. How are you? This is my son. He's playing. Busy guy. All right, well, that's all I've got for today. Thank you guys so much for visiting with me, and God bless you guys. I hope that you all are very, very prosperous in your trading. All right, talk to you guys soon. See ya. Oh, and cheers.